This is how we ride. This is how we do. Riding mud.
Why the new paint scheme? That's what everyone wants to know.
Why? Because we
Yes.
have great partners. We have a lot of great partners, but Chuck Sinks and everybody at Sage has been a partner for a long time, and Tony's pretty proud of his relationship, and we're all proud of our relationship.
Well, and they have fruit, right? They have
Absolutely.
fruit.
They have apples, cherries, and Washington's their home base where they grow stuff on the eastern side of the state. So even though they sell their product all over the country, this is kind of where it all started for them, and this is where they manufacture, sorry, not manufacture, but grow.
I don't know. GMO does, manufacture.
It's way over my head, Chad.
Right.
So it's a little bit of a big thank you to Chuck and everybody at Sage. A little wild, little red chrome.
Right.
Really
It's different. You're not usually flashy,
No, well, when it comes to having a Sage fruit car, we're pretty flashy right now. So
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Do they give you
a really
free
hard
fruit?
thing to do. Absolutely, we get free fruit.
So
Chuck's even give me some apples to hand out to employees at Christmas time, and people love it. It's a healthy way of eating. I wish I did more of it myself. I do a little bit of it, but I don't do enough of it.
I mean, I lived on your beef jerky to make the trip out here, so I mean.
You didn't get no beef jerky from me. You got it from someone else.
Your sister.
Associated from my sister.
Yeah. Your sister's nice.
Difference.
You're not.
She's
You would
nice,
never do that. I know.
Well, I've been called an asshole a lot of times, and I always just say, man, you do what you're good at.
Oh, okay. Did you fly out here?
Absolutely.
Little personal plane, or?
Yeah.
Do you still get the view in a personal plane here, or no?
The view is incredible all over the country in a plane, but when you come out here, you get to see all the big mountains coming in. It was pretty neat. The clouds were up above them, so it's pretty neat. I had my uncle sitting next to me today, and he took a lot of photos and seen a lot of cool sights. So you don't get to see all the stuff that you see on the side of the road. Now I've driven that before in the motorhome.
It's pretty too.
And there's cool campgrounds. Back in the day, me and Mark Kinzer used to drive till we found a spot next to the river, and we go fishing and drink a few beers, and then we go a little more the next day, and we find another place along the river and catch some fish and drink some beer.
Watch out for grizzly bears.
Yeah, but you can see a lot of lakes on top of these mountains I didn't know were there. You can't see from the ground. You got to see them from
They're actually in the mountains.
They're actually in the mountains. They're really neat. Seen probably a dozen of them today that I didn't even realize were there. I don't even know how you'd access them.
Right.
You'd have to either jump out of the plane with a parachute to get to them,
or a cliffhanger,
or cliffhanger or something like that. But at the end of the day, then how would you get out of there? So there's some neat stuff to see for sure.
I guess the only one we could thank for that is like God, right? That's why we pray, correct?
He's the reason we're all here.
He created lakes at the top of mountains.
He's the creator of all mankind, the creator of all things. So he did a great job with some people, and a lot of people actually, and a lot of sites and grounds. So
he made apples,
and he did apples too. Yeah,
he made them all.
He grew apples, and Sage just carried on that tradition, and they do a great job with it. So I'm proud to have him as a partner.
I really don't feel bad that I think that was the Canadian national anthem. So
I can't hear it because we're way back behind. I know something's going on.
Right.
But it's hard to tell. Right.
Well, this is American, so you proud of that?
Flag's right up there. I have to grab the flag.
Oh, it is up there. I was gonna stop the video, but you continued. Isn't the mountains though a dangerous spot for airplanes though?
Only if you're flying down low enough to get into them. I mean, or you have an emergency.
Well, Scott Bloomquist said one time, and it made a lot of sense. He's a big airplane guy as well. He said
he's got special connections with aliens, so he has connections.
I'm sure
that I don't have.
You talk to him as well. We all know you're Illuminati. At the end of the day, he said that the difference between a helicopter and a plane is if you lose the motor in a plane, you can still glide. Whereas if you lose the motor in a helicopter, you just go straight down. But when there's mountains involved, you can't necessarily glide to a safe area. Well, so that's what I meant by that question.
Your environment, yeah, there's no question. A plane will glide without engines, yes. A helicopter will also glide if it loses an engine in auto rotation, but you got to get going down and put negative pitch in the blades and create inertia until you get close to the ground, and you could probably auto rotate one in.
But it's not as good as an airplane, is what he was saying.
The mountainous terrain is just so rugged, and the thing is you could probably find a safe place to land or put one down
in one of those lakes you were talking about.
If you could see it now, if it's in the clouds and you can't see, the visibility is bad. That's a whole nother story. But man, it's like anything. It's your day. It's your day. there's a lot of planes fly over the mountains when they go everywhere, and you don't hear of a lot of it. So that's why we maintain them to the levels that we do to keep them running.
Right, it's like levels in the sky is like highway transportation, right? There's like different. I was studying for that FAA 107 or whatever, and it's like there's like lanes of travel in the sky or something like that.
Well, there different directions travel at different altitudes. When you get over 28,000, between 28,000 and 41,000, even altitudes go west, odd altitudes are going east. So that means you have 1,000 foot of separation between east and westbound traffic.
That's why sometimes you can be in a commercial plane. I've actually seen it and see another plane go by because they're on that other lane.
And you can actually go at wrong altitudes. You just got to ask permission, and if there's traffic, air traffic control can let you, like I did today. Sometimes you get in a bumpy ride at an altitude you're at, and sometimes 2,000 foot will fix it. That's where I had today. I was coming across at one altitude. I asked to go higher to get out of it, and it worked. So when I was going the wrong altitude, as long as I acknowledge that and ask permission, they allow you to do it.
So when you're flying with your plane in the sky versus flying with your plane on the ground, which is basically the closest thing this is, an airplane on the ground, do you ask permission before you throw slide jobs on some of these people? Is there like hand signals? Is there receivers with a button in there you're not telling us about?
No, I wish there was. There'd be some big old middle fingers hanging out both sides. And
Oh,
sometimes
okay,
I'd
okay.
say I think there's a lot of that.
So
going
Terry
on.
McCarl, KC Raceway style. Is that what you're saying?
He just waved.
Okay,
Wave,
okay.
like, I guess if I was passing me at that point and we were rolling really good, so he was happy.
Okay.
Thought he'd give a wave. I thought it was pretty
So that's
cool
the
at
closest
time.
thing you get to permission.
I wasn't offended by it. I was a little startled by it. I was like, man, that guy's pretty good. He just drove by and waved. You know,
Right.
Most people don't ever do that, but it was pretty cool.
Okay, so no permission.
Talking point. It's something that happened, 20 years ago?
Right, everybody still.
And you still talk about
TV?
it. So obviously, yeah, absolutely.
TV did it.
TV Terry.
And now it's streaming. Now it's streaming Sammy or something. I don't know.
Terry's notorious for it.
Oh yeah.
He loved it.
I know.
He's
That's
a character.
Was it ever a T-shirt?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's sad. Just like David Gravel hitting the front straightaway deal. That should have been a T-shirt. What do you think?
I don't know if that'd have been all funny.
Who's the local around here you gotta worry about? Because there's a lot of them.
Robbie Price driving Jay's car, coming off the top 5 last week in Fargo. This is his stomping grounds. Yeah, he's the one you need to worry about.
I didn't know if you thought of Sowell behind you at all.
Well, Solnoid's been here a long time, and
He had his day.
I wouldn't say he's had his day. We've all had a day, or I don't know if you call it the day's over, but you never know. I haven't seen much. They haven't done much 410 racing around here throughout the year, so I guess it's hard to just show up, even if it is your home track, and run 1 or 2 times a year and come beat the Outlaw guys, because the Outlaws are tough.
No, you're one of those outlaw guys,
I
right?
don't know if I'm as tough as I should be, but I got a lot of time invested here.
Okay.
I've been around a long time. We qualified halfway decent, which isn't really, our strong suit here. But this place can be fun, and it can be technical. It can be tricky. It's all different now. We got all kinds of different parking and push off the infield, and they got new dirt on the racetrack. So none of us really know what to expect. We just apply the things we do every other night and see what happens.
Is it any different with Rudeen and Murphy and all them guys being in control? Have you noticed the difference rolling in the gate?
You can see some changes for sure. You can see, Kevin's the kind of guy. He's a property developer. He's the kind of guy that looks at something, and the first thing someone sees, he wants them to be enamored by it and awe of it. And so he's fixed up the things that he sees fit. Everybody has a different vision on something, and obviously Pete's here trying to make the racing and the show a lot better. I see a lot of people in the stands. I think that's first and foremost most important.
Right.
Try to build this show back up to what it was years ago. Get 410 racing going as strong as it was at one point out here. It's not always about pavement pit areas, fancy signs.
Right.
Sometimes it's just good old hard racing on the racetrack and having a surface that allows us to do that. So there's been a lot of improvements, a lot of changes. Both Pete and Kevin have come by here already tonight to say hi, thanks for coming, shake your hand. And I can say that goes a long ways with people. I've been coming here for a long time, and I don't know that I've ever seen that on a regular basis, but people that are new, they do Kevin's a car owner, so he understands all sides of it, not just the promoting side and the ownership side, but being a car owner and a racer as well. So I guess he's venturing out into new things, and it looks like he's doing a pretty good job.
This is how we ride, this is how we do. Riding mud, sliding up.